A very warm good evening. This is Arnav Chaudhary, and you are live on my YouTube channel, Arun Foot. It's August 28th, 2024. It's a Wednesday evening, and we are back to discuss Indian football and all that is happening in Indian football, or not happening in Indian football, as someone would like to say. And have a conversation on things about and welcome you back. Those of you who have been to the channel and those of you who might be new to the channel, welcome in joining our nearly daily evening discussions. Today, topics will be, of course, looking a little forward at the upcoming Durand Cup final between Mohammedan Supergiant and Northeast United on Saturday. A little bit about Hyderabad FC, who seem to be saved. There's one document still pending, but otherwise I think Hyderabad FC is a done deal. The BC General Group taking them over. And of course, the Northeast Council talking about working together about promotion in the Northeast, despite, of course, tension still being there in Manipur and some of the tension being there still between Manipur and Mizoram, but that's a good sign as well. So let's talk about those things, other things as well. Open as always to any of your questions, which I will try to answer. And for me, those of you who might be new to the channel, of course, please do subscribe here to Arun Foot. Currently 1,535 subscribers to the channel. Thank you to all of you who are subscribing. And those of you, of course, who are watching this, liking what you're going to call out and like what you see, please leave a like and then we'll take it forward. So thanks a lot. I am doing well, Vaman. It's a little back to square one, I would say, here towards the end of August. It's a little hot here in Germany, but that's fine with me. So that's that, let's see what happens. Someone says we should get proved enough for national team call-up and start ahead of GSS. There are 2 points, Vaman. I think, yes, he does deserve a call-up, but again, the coach has decided against it. So I think it's the prerogative of the coach to decide on who he wants, who he doesn't. I think I said it before, and I still think that he's one of the top 3 goalkeepers in the national team. But to me, he doesn't start ahead of Gurpreet. Again, if you're looking at Gurpreet Singh Sandhu's performances in the national team, then for me, Gurpreet still is the number 1 goalkeeper. So therefore, let's wait and see what happens. But at the moment, in the next window, at least, the next upcoming window, at least Vishal Keth will not be part of the Indian national team setup. PSC verdict this Saturday. Ogni, looks like it Friday or Saturday. The verdict is supposedly coming. So let's wait and see. Whenever the verdict, what the PSC says, what is the outcome, and then of course we can talk and discuss on what has happened and what has not happened. Vaman says, watch your video on Hyderabad FC. Hope they can get those signings done and remove those FIFA bans. I think that's the biggest challenge, Vaman. I would say, according to me at least, that is the challenge for Hyderabad FC to try and first of all sort their own stuff out, which is of course the financials, the dues which are there, and to me is something that is tough to try and put a team together before the window closes. Otherwise, you will have to depend on free players, and then you have to be smart in trying to convince players to say, listen, become a free player. I will certainly take you. So that might be something of a way to work around it. The FIFA bans to me look very, very tough to get cleared before Friday. So let's wait and see what Hyderabad does. Otherwise, I guess, and then we'll see what happens. I-League team Rajasthan United FC signs good player. Yeah, my. They've done some good signings. Their original investors have now, have done good deals. So therefore, Rajasthan United seem to be putting a decent team together. Even KSL has title sponsor, ISL doesn't. Ogni, if you look at all that's been coming out regarding the Super League Kerala, SLK is the right name also, a lot of confusion with that thing. It's new. But if you look at the figures that they're putting out, it's nowhere near the ISL. It's the figures are even less than, what you spend for the I League, or some of the teams are spending in the I League. So therefore that's something. And let them try and do something. Let's see what this local league can do. It's a they are very, very ambitious, and let's see what the Super League Kerala can do. I wish them all the best, but they have to prove that that they can follow up on the things that they're talking about, because we know what happens in Indian football. A lot of people talk about a lot of things, and then in the end, then they're not fulfilled. If you look at the Kerala League, the Kerala Super League, originally called now Super League Kerala, actually wanted to bring in old aging stars. The budgets were supposed to be quite substantial, and now the budgets have been cut down to a minimum. So therefore, let's wait and see. I think who was this? I think it was Football News India who put together a short document on it, on some of the facts that were available on the that they have. Again, Mahindra has come forward as the Super League Kerala title sponsors. Of course, it's going to be shown on Star, and total budget of the league is 80 crores. Franchise fee is 1.5. Salary cap is at 2 crore. They're expecting your teams to spend 8 to 10 crores. And you're trying to revenue generation through broadcasting rights, sponsorship deals, ticket sales, merchandise sales. So therefore, to me, ambitious but doable. So therefore, let's wait and see what they can do. Are good free foreigners available in market after window? Potentially, Ogni, yes. If some players, around the world don't sign contracts, they could potentially still be available. So why not? Can loan agreements be done post window? No, they have to be done in the respective windows. You cannot do any loan deals outside of the transfer windows. Hi Abhishek, welcome back. Are we looking for landmark PSC judgment? Ogni, yes, I would think it would be, because I think the PSC has taken now its time to work on things. They have not come out and just said, okay, let's make a judgment for the sake of a judgment. I think they're going to take their time. They will try and find the right wordings, the right legal settings, because and then let's wait and see what they come out. Hi Icon Loan, hi Amal, welcome back guys. So players like David Grande has also signed cases, so like it's a long-term contract. It will return to previous club, the same to like Kukurup signed cases. Icon Loan, the league is for 2 months. So it's even shorter than what the original ISL was. You will play for 2 months, and then in January you'll sign for another club. You will move on in Jan, because there is nothing to play. So from Jan to June, and again the budgets. Think about it: a 2 crore salary cap. With 2 crores, you're not going to get far. These players who are signing for the Super League Kerala are not signing on huge salaries, right? So that's the difference. So therefore, let's see what the Kerala Super League, or the Super League Kerala, SLK, the Mahindra SLK sounds a little because SLK is actually. Let's wait and see. As I said, let's wait and see. It's a challenge that they have, and they're trying to be realistic with their expenditure, and that's a challenge. So as I said, let's wait and see what they can do, and I hope that they somewhat succeed, that they can turn things around, that they can create something new, but it will not be easy. That's my observation, assumption at the moment from what I see. That this will not be easy. Any update on Kerala Blasters FC? Amal, nothing at the moment. The Blasters are still trying to sign their foreign striker. Still no, there's supposed to be something incoming this week, but so far nothing has been confirmed. So we'll have to wait and see whenever that signing is done. But normally that signing should be done before the window closes. Abhishek says, U20 team was pathetic. Looks like our future is also not bright, but under 17 is better. So only thing should be done, managing side on the thing to get the future up and running. Who know what could happen? Abhishek, we've been having this trend of under 17s doing fine and under 20s not doing well. We've been having this now for, I think, 2 decades. It's not a new, I wouldn't say it's a new phenomenon. For me, it's a reoccurrence that's been happening now for a while, where you have under 17 teams performing well, even doing great to some extent, but then at under 20 level, we lose our way. Jamie McLaren update. My at the moment still not fully fit, and I think if I understood it right from what I've heard, Mohammedan are not going to risk the player for the Durand Cup finals. So Jamie McLaren unlikely to be playing anytime soon. I guess they would try get him fit for the ISL opener on the 13th of September. Any update on the other team playing against India this September? The team news. I have not heard anything in regard to Syria and in regard to Mauritius at the moment. Only thing I know regarding Syria is I think Syria is going to try and bring its best team. That's the only thing I know at the moment. But otherwise, at the moment, nothing. Hi, Dark Knight. Welcome back. Hi, Vashwar. Good evening as well from my side. If a goalkeeper is substituted mid-game and a clean sheet is kept, whose clean sheet it's considered? There are different ways of keeping stats. In my understanding, it's not a clean sheet for any of the goalkeepers, if I'm right. It's like the hat trick, right? There is a pure hat trick. In Germany, for example, we talk about a pure hat trick. A pure hat trick means it has to be within 45 minutes, while the English system, a hat trick can be within 90 minutes in 2 halves as well. So therefore, there are different ways of reading such pieces of stats. Give some update about FIFA AIFF Academy. Suraj, I can't because I don't have any. It's the same thing that we've had discussed earlier, that they have now finalized a list, and there has been efforts by certain state associations to try and push players into the academy, but that has not worked. So to say that I think the FIFA coaches are very, very clear which kind of players they want. It's not a national representation. They want the best of the best. Any update on Mumbai City? Amal, Mumbai City has finalized their preseason. They were in Thailand, had a few 3 weeks of training, a few practice matches as well. Team is gelling up well from what I'm hearing. Now back in India, now training in Mumbai and getting ready for the 13th. The one or the other transfer, the club is still trying, but has not really made any progress. So, they were looking for an Indian centre back and for a holding 6, but so far none of that has been signed. So therefore, that's the status, if you ask me. So therefore, that's the status. Right, 25 people watching at the moment. If you haven't, please do subscribe here to arunfoot here on YouTube, on other social medias, as well as on, of course, visit arunfoot.com. And those of you who are here, if you haven't, do leave a like if you think you're liking what you're seeing, and sharing as well. 7 likes so far. So thanks a lot, guys. It is considered a clean sheet for the keeper as per the stats based on the time the keeper has played. For example, if I play 60 minutes and don't concede, it says CS. For me, even if team concedes later. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's Vashwa, that's your English reading. I mean, as per the stats on various websites. In Germany, that would not be, because you've not played a full game, so therefore you will not be regarded to have um, you will not be regarded to have had a clean sheet. So therefore, I think in different regions, there's a different reading of these statistical facts. What's the use of having an exhibition match when both the teams will lack their national team players? Ripam, I think that's a question to be asked to the UP government and to the AIFF president for pushing such a friendly game. I think the idea behind the game is to try and push football in the state of UP, and I think there's no window available after this where you would get the best two players of East Bengal and Mohammedan to play. I think this will be more like the CFL teams with players playing against each others, and therefore it's a show match. And again, sorry, and with all that is happening, you know, I think it's just there. And with the ISL starting, 11 days later, I think that the priorities of the coaches would be a different one anyway. Hi, Kishore. Ground conditions getting bad to worse for Torda Stadium, cold, heavy downpour, or not maintaining properly. Kishore, I think to me, the problem is a different kind, and that's too many matches in too short a space of time. I think that if they, in the Bandodkar Cup, they would have been smart. They would have tried to not only play in Fatorda, but also pushed some of the games across to other stadiums. Let's say the Athletic Stadium in Bambolim, to give the ground a little bit of rest. So therefore, for me, that's something that one could look at, and and that's going to be the challenge, right? So therefore, for me, if I look at it, that's the main challenge, and that's the thing. Also, results of the day. Defensa Justicia from Argentina won 1-0 against Churchill Brothers, while Odisha beat Chennai 1-0. I'm just looking at the starting lineups of Odisha and Chennai, just to get a feel. So yeah, both the teams tried to play their best teams, and that's an interesting one. Let's wait and see how the teams will in the long run shake up, but it's a bit of a problem. I mean, such a ground, I think, is not in a position to have 2 matches a day, so therefore, let's see how it works out. But again, I think it's going to get worse. We've got already 12 matches in 6, 7 days, 6, 7, 8 days. Yeah, little tight, little too much, too many. And again, it's still monsoons, and it'll impact FC Goa during the ISL, I fear. Will you also make a team in the official ISL Fantasy League? Vashwar, I'm not the biggest fan of Fantasy League, to be very honest. I used to do that when I was younger and had time and went through, stats and went through other things and looked at things in detail, and because to do something like that, you need to have that insight, right? Or need to at least try and get those insights. So to me, very important was always that have that edge and actually care and bother, and if I don't do it properly, then I don't do it at all. So nowadays, it's to me, it's a time issue. Therefore, I don't actually play or create my own ISL Fantasy League team or fantasy generally. Hi, Pujan. IFA is set to implement goal line technology for the top 6 matches and see for a progressive effort. Yeah, it's good. I mean, whoever wants to and can use technology, that's a step in the right direction. So therefore, if the IFA does that, that's very, very positive. That's very, very good. It's a challenge, and to me, if they do the right thing, that's great. That's the challenge of the football system, and Bengal has to be, as I always say, the IFA, the clubs need to be at the forefront. But that's the challenge, and if they can implement technology, let them do it. Hi, Sanskar, welcome back. I'm doing fine. Hope you're doing fine as well. I'm doing good, Manolo. Hope you are doing fine as well. Yeah, in the moment I say I'm doing fine. Yeah. I shall know I've not been having time to follow Bandodkar Trophy matches, sadly, even though it's on FIFA Plus. Just haven't had the time to watch any of it. Yeah, it just happens at the bad timing for me. Hi, Blue. Welcome back as well to you. As I always say, guys, welcome to you, to the regulars. You know, U20 team beat Churchill I-League and Indian football quality is very worse. Manolo, an Argentinian under 20 team beating an Indian club side, a second tier club side, to me is not a surprise. If anyone says it's a surprise, it's an upset, it's everything but an upset to me. That it's the most normal thing, in my opinion, for them to win such a match. And therefore, yeah, this is the reality of things, right? And to me, the Argentinians are going to get better and better during the tournament because they're settling down. They're getting used to the Indian conditions. That will make So let's see. Said about India U17 bubble. I'm not sure what to expect from this under 17. To me, and I'll stick with that. I don't think they're as talented as our earlier. Our teams earlier used to be, I thought, had more talent, were more settled, and therefore, let's see what this under 17 team can do. I mean, the main aim has to be to qualify for the Asian Cup, nothing more, nothing less. So let's see. So therefore, I'm interested to see if they can sort out themselves and qualify for the tournament. Here, Mohammedan Sporting sort out the investor in any update. Blue still in the sorting out phase. I think that to me, it should be get sorted by tomorrow. Again, both Hyderabad and Mohammedan Sporting, Hyderabad much closer, but Mohammedan, I guess, it'll also get sorted. Hello, sir. Hi, Ishan. Can you please share what work you're doing currently, administration, consults, and journalism? I can't speak about everything. There's some projects, of course, which I do, which are on the background journalism. I do write columns and other things, do stuff, of course, locally here in Germany as well. And I'm working for a few federations and a couple of clubs at the moment on a consultancy basis. Hi, Murali. Do you think best team doesn't always win is a lucky factor and decision-making plays a vital role? No. Football is not a match of logic or, the better team winning. It's just sometimes, if you score your goals, you score goals. So, no. How do you see India U17? Indian Arrows U17 was current team. Indian Arrows were not U17, morally. They were older. So, no comparison. Your take on Bangladesh youth team getting better of us? Is their structure and planning better than us off late overall? Pujan, I wouldn't really say they're doing anything better. I think our problem is, if I look at the under 20 game the other day, is that up front there were one or two players who were willing to take decisions on the Bangladeshi side, which our players weren't willing to do. And that made a hell of a difference. Is that a structural thing? Is that an individual thing? I would not be able to say because I don't know enough. To me, Bangladesh has done certain things right over the last few years. And again, with all the problems that there is in that country or that there is in the BFF, and we've not done our homework, and this is the reality. I mean, we've won the tournament the last 3 times, so yeah, that's where we stand. Jitin MS in Golden Boot race in Durand Cup with foreign strikers, XYZ, but you have to see who against have these teams played and who have they scored against, right? So therefore, this Golden Boot race in the Durand doesn't make much sense. Do Hyderabad FC new owners have enough deep pockets to take the losses as the teams usually makes? Side deep, yes, they have. They certainly have that, and they are trying to, trying to sort things out. Again, there's a lot of, dues that have to be paid off before everything is okay. Your lineup for India versus Syria, Babul, let India start training under Manolo, and then we can have a conversation about a potential lineup. At the moment, let them come together first. Which I-League you are predicting to win the title? I hope only Srinidhi can directly qualify and has money. Give the fee to IIFF pool. Others will need another investor like Mohammedan Sporting. Abhishek, let's see. Again, it's either Srinidhi or Intakashi for me. So let's see. Was the U17 World Cup batch's potential at the level if they would have played outside India from there? Could things have been different? Manolo, they were different, right? I've seen them play here in Germany a few times. Always beat under 15, under 16, under 17. Always impressive. Yeah, they were better at that stage. If I see some of the boys, I feel now as seniors, they are worse than they were as 16, 17-year-olds. Do you like doing commentary? Yeah, Manolo. One of the many media things that I've done, commentary, commentary can be fun. Is AIFF planning to establish a new FIFA academy? No, Suraj, they were still working on the new ones. Hyderabad, you signing? Bubble, let them sort out their stuff first. They still have a FIFA ban first, and then we can talk about signings or players incoming. So Vishal Kid missing out on making it to the national team squad is a shocker, right? He has been so far the most consistent goalkeeper in the last few years or so. Ishan, I said that yesterday, and I stick to that. It's the decision of the coach. If the coach thinks he wants to try it, Prabhusukan, it's his prerogative. He can do that. But again, Prabhusukan is not going there to be playing as number one. Prabhusukan is going there as a number 3, right? Gurpreet Singh Sandhu remains number 1, at least from my understanding for this moment. So therefore, nothing has changed. Has been the most consistent. None of our Indian goalkeepers has been consistent. All of them have some stage over the last few years has committed mistakes here and there, and blunders, howlers, all of them. So therefore, yeah. Don't you think Bangladeshi players were U25 or U30? Raj, if we want to talk about that, how old were our players? Let's not even start that conversation. Why just directly give a slot to Indian arrows to I-League? Let them play the qualifiers of I-League 3 and I-League 2 for a little while. Let them earn the spot to test themselves and show. Sambit, I think the question here is, what is the best kind of exposure for these boys? I think I-League 3, I-League 2, I don't know. To me, doesn't make sense because I-League 3 is not a league. It's just a 4-match, 8-match sort of, a competition sort of thingy. I-League 2 has how many teams? 8 teams, 14 matches. I think the I-League is better suited and makes more sense for the boys to play. So yeah, if they're going to play it, let's see. Honestly, after this, Bangladesh is not looking forward to national team at any level. So honestly, football is pretty much ISL and since entertainment. Under 20, but that's a different thing. Indonesia U19 defeated the Argentina U19s today. Okay, big win. Can any team sign free players after transfer window? Yes, they can, Blue. Sir Hamza Chaudhary has got his passport now. When will we wake up? This is any hope for PI or OCI? Ishan, no move at the moment. There is news that the IFF will use indigenous VR technology over Japanese CFL Super 6 matches. Yeah, but I don't know if the IFA does know if this is an indigenously developed VR tech, that it has to be vetted by FIFA before you can use it in official matches. I don't know if the IFA knows that. I-League 3 is the level of Sunday League of Europe. Yeah, sadly, most probably you're right. But we saw Indian arrows being complacent without getting relegated and having confirmed earning source. What is the earning source, Sambit? And where did they get complacent? I don't think so. Do you think one player like Hamza Chaudhary can really make a difference? Raj, I think a player like Hamza Chaudhary brings with him a lot, I feel. He brings, with him professionalism, he brings with him attitude, and when he joins, I think other players could be joining Bangladesh as well. So that should not be forgotten. It's not just that Hamza Chaudhary comes in and things changes. No, Hamza Chaudhary most probably opens the door to other players as well, who will then also think about playing for Bangladesh. So therefore, I think there are 4 or 5 players that Bangladesh could bring in, and I think that would make so that's something to me is something that Hamza adds, something which Bangladesh doesn't have. You have a different kind of player and a natural leader. In olden days, we doesn't have Grassroots, but our quality was decent. We lasted, but despite having Grassroots, we are falling down. Yeah, Murali. They finished bottom last 2 time in I-League, the year they were, if I'm not mistaken. Sambit, what else do you expect? A team of Indian 18, 19-year-olds or 20-year-olds max playing against teams with foreigners and other things. This is about the experience. To me, it's not about the results. If they can score the one or the other upset, so therefore, let's see. So, yeah. Sir, can one entity or person invest in multiple football clubs in different capacities, or is it conflict of interest? Mourinho, it is a conflict of interest. And one would have to then question how this person or entity has invested in X, Y, and Z club. So that would be the question that would then have to be asked. So that's something which I would say raises, at least for me, raises quite a few questions in regard to what kind of involvement there is. I hear that we can't permanently move out of SAF as we are South Asian nations, and how did Afghanistan move to CAFA? Footy Tales, very simply, AFC was realigning, reorganizing some of the regional federations in Asia, and Afghanistan was then moved to Central Asia. Very simple as that. So they reorganized it. Again, Afghanistan is on the edge. Afghanistan is neighboring to Iran and to the Central Asian countries. So therefore, they were moved to Central Asia. With OCI Pierre, do you think Bangladesh is better than us even without they're close to our level? Blue, if they bring in 4 or 5 of those players that potentially could join them, we would have a serious problem with Bangladesh. Do you think good defense or good attacking, which is key to win match, if India's strong defense can perform decent? Murali, again, generalization, not so easy. Some matches, your defense will win. Sometimes your attacks will win matches. Can Santosh Trophy champion team not play friendly with SAF nations? What's the use? What's the use of the Santosh Trophy? Why would SAF nations play against Santosh Trophy team? I mean, do you understand that the Santosh Trophy team is so-called a semi-pro or maybe even an amateur team, and that has to play against the national team? If our Indian team is not good enough, the Santosh Trophy team is going to be even worse. If IFA get the clearance for this VR from FIFA, do you think ISL will use it since it's IFA? I guess the cost will be less. Palash, I don't know, but ISL, I mean, this VR will not get a clearance from FIFA because it is quite costly to get a clearance from FIFA regarding VAR. And there needs to be a lot of multi-year testing. And I think there are very few companies around the world who have been given that opportunity to use a VR technology around the world. So therefore, for me, looks difficult. I'm just looking at a press release I've received. Let's see. AIFF is going to use new technology to improve the quality of refereeing. This technology is called ART, Advanced Review Technology, in joint venture with Jadavpur University. The announcement was made at press conference at the AIFF office on Wednesday. After 4 months of research, the research findings of Jadavpur University professors and students were able to accurately determine whether the ball has crossed the goal line with the help of the new technology. AIFF Secretary thought this technology be used experimentally in the permutation of the Kolkata Football League. If this technology can be used in cases like offside penalty in future, he said this technology is very low cost for the system. This kind of technology is going to be used in a football field. This is the first work related to football of Jadavpur University. So okay, it's not VR, it's a goal line. It's an indigenous version of a goal line technology. So therefore, let's wait and see. Let them use it. If it's good, let's see. If it's not, so let's see what happens. Sai says Afghanistan U17 won CAFA championship. I think it's high time to resolve SAF and move into other federations. Bangladesh, Nepal are catching up to Indian level, but India's not getting anything from SAF. Sai, it's not. This is something I've been saying now for a while. You guys think, hey, listen, let's dissolve it. Who will dissolve it? Who will dissolve SAF? Why should they dissolve SAF? No one in Southeast Asia is saying dissolve ASEAN, or in West Asia they say dissolve West Asia. This is not going to happen. Don't lose your sleep about this. Is there any update on new signing of Kerala Blasters? Gear on rare, still nothing. I think VR and goal line technology is separate because the Liga has VR, but they don't have goal line tech. Yep, that's something. And again, VR implementation is so complex. There are very, very few companies. I think only under 21 players should play in the Santosh Trophy. Could be an option. I don't think football works like A plus B. To say there are many Indian underage team players who overshadowed in CFL and other leagues around the country. Okay. Unless we work on ground level, there will not be any change. We will keep on spending huge money on players, give fake promises, motivations, which nothing will happen. Okay, I'm glad to hear that IFA is not using Kolkata police speed cameras to track player speed for CFL matches. I guess they will not be turning on, I guess, would be the quote, Mourinho. So many people think it's easy for us to move out of SAF. I think most people don't know it is not easy just to go out of SAF, as we are South Asian nation. There is no opportunity to move out of SAF. That is what I'm saying. There is no opportunity to move out of SAF. If AFC ever does a realignment of things which is not on the cards, maybe then we can talk about it. But there's no realignment in Asia happening. CAFA had not enough countries, and then they said, listen, what can we do? They moved Afghanistan from there, but Afghanistan is on the border of Central and South Asia. So therefore, that made sense. The one thing I find very hard in Indian football is regarding the time to solve the problem. Okay, Monali. Before start every season, AIFF has enough time and things to prepare well, but why all the time they lie and make blunders? Ask them, year on rare, what they're doing. The Fathoda Stadium's pitch looked so bad today. Palash, too many matches, monsoons, realities. No one has thought about this. This is one thing where you have to think, I don't know if they go before the end of the tournament, they will get the Bandodkar ground ready as an alternative pitch. That would be the question, I think, for FC Goa. For the Goa Football Association. Will a closed academy like Right to Dream work in India? No, because we don't have the talent that Right to Dream has. Right to Dream has talent to sell to clubs around, especially to Europe, or even within Africa and then to Europe. So therefore, that's the biggest difference where we stand and where we are. Right, guys. Nearly 40 minutes of our evening chat. 1,538 followers here or subscribers on YouTube. So thanks a lot, guys. And 19 likes so far. We had 45 yesterday. So yeah, let's get in some more likes. That's something. On what basis Australia moved into AFC? Sai, there was a conversation in 2005 that Australia wanted to leave Oceania, wanted to be more competitive. First, there was a conversation with Australia and New Zealand. New Zealand, New Zealand didn't think about it. Australia then spoke to the AFC, and the AFC thought it's a win-win for both sides because you get a competitive nation like Australia into the Asian system, and also you get competitive club sides into the Asian club competitions. And then they decided it, and then 2005, Australia made the move from Oceania to AFC. Senior Women's League, IW need to get proper broadcast and covering because different states running Women's League really well. What are your thoughts on this, sir? Rare, year on rare, yeah, local leagues doing well is fine, but what's the standard? And IWL getting a broadcaster, again, look at even the men's game is struggling. It's not so easy. So did you read the news of Saprit Singh moving to Liga 2 Portugal is level Liga 2 Portugal and Bundesliga 2? Ishan, yes, I saw it, that he moved to the Portuguese second tier, and no, the Portuguese second tier will be quite a bit weaker than the German second Bundesliga. So yeah. But again, it's good for Saprit as a New Zealand international to keep on playing in Europe. I think that's the most important thing for him personally, and I'm happy for Saprit that he's been able to sort of retain his spot in Europe, and that he can keep on playing in Europe. So therefore, for him, that's a very, very important move to stay in Europe and to play, and hopefully he'll be successful. That's the main thing. So therefore, one of the few top level Indian origin players, and therefore I'm happy for Saprit to be able to play, continue to play in Europe and to continue to play now in Portugal. Sorry, just a sip of water. Quite warm here today in Germany. So yeah. ASEAN already have 12 members. If India, Bangladesh, Bhutan, Nepal, China wants to join, them will go up to 70. My guess. I won't allow this many members. Max to max 16. My guess. None of them will join, Palash. None of the guys from South Asia will join. So therefore, this is some dream discussion of some. Sorry to call it out, as hard delulu Indian football fans. Nobody anywhere is waiting for us. Nobody in the world is waiting for us. Look at our football at the moment. Is anyone waiting for us? Shameful. Has Australia always had players playing in Europe like Tim Cahill, Matt Ryan, etc.? Yeah, they have. Some of them, of course, are, like Jason Cummings, Aussies with roots in Europe. So that's the reality. Saprit was playing well during Olympics. So do you think we must invite Kiwis for one more continental Cup once they participate? Yeah, we can. Why not? We have. Saprit has played here at the young age. Let's see. Osimhen versus Haaland. Who's your favorite player? Morally, I would say, to me, Haaland. That's true. I mean, Palash, the problem is for us, if I like it, if you like it, if anybody likes it, we are part of SAF. We are the key constituent of SAF, actually, to be very honest. So therefore, us leaving or us moving somewhere else, not happening. And the point is also, I mean, if we're beating everybody 10-0 across all age categories, senior levels, then then people would invite us at least as a guest, right? But things these days are as such that look at the West Asian Football Federation, when it held its women's competition, invited Nepal, right? CAFA is not inviting us. Supposedly we have an MOU with CAFA. So these are all realities. Nobody somewhere else is waiting for us. So yeah, that's the reality. What should be the aim for Indian footy in the next 10 years? Renal, I think the basic thing is to sort out its administration, that the stakeholders play their role in developing Indian football. I think that's something which I feel is a problem, in my opinion, that the stakeholders are not playing their part to develop, to evolve Indian football. And that the leagues get stronger, men's and women's, grassroots, youth. Our coaching has to get better. Our competitions have to get better. All these things. Do you think we're lucky to win SAF final? The last one, surely. I was there in Bangalore last year. Last year, semi-final, final. If you win on penalties, yeah. So why don't Indian fans realize that the level of ISL is at the level of 5th, 6th division of Spain? We can't hardly beat Barcelona Kings even with good foreigners. Because fans live in the dream world. When players like Eric Bartholomew, Miko, and David Williams joined Indian football, including Jussi Kamazafra, I feel they got that kind of form where they can second-tier football in England. I mean, I don't know Eric Bartholomew and David Williams. Cummings certainly has played in the Scottish Premier League. Miku is a top-class striker. The others, I don't know. Yeah. As Asia is a very big continent, can there be region-wise qualification, like one from SAF, one from ASEAN? Only that's the way we can qualify for World Cup. Not for World Cup, Raj. It happened in the AFC Cup where we had a South zone and therefore you had someone going into the playoffs. Now that has changed with the ACL 2. So therefore, for World Cup, not happening. And World Cup, again, Asian representation has to be the best or somewhat of the best to represent Asia, and we are nowhere near that. We are not near the top 10 of Asia to be able to qualify for World Cup. Hi Kumar, welcome back. Mika's already played for La Liga. Yeah, Ishan, he's played in La Liga. To me, the success of BFC at the time when they had the successes in the AFC Cup, in the I-League, in the ISL, was closely linked to Miku because he was for BFC an exceptional striker. I mean, that's something that BFC has not been able to replicate, right? So therefore, we are in the situation we are in regard to BFC, and BFC have not been able to create or recreate what they want and need to be able to compete at that level. Another, do you have any update on Mohammedan Sporting? Kumar, status is the same as yesterday. They're trying to sort out the contract. I think people are trying to convince the Mohammedan Sporting top brass that for them to be able to move forward, they would have to agree to the board being the way that the shares are transferred first to Bunker Hill and the Bunker Hill would transfer it to Shachi Sports. None of that has happened. So let's wait and see. Is Reliance Youth Foundation boys good quality players, but they haven't been able to step up the game. So Brenner, if you are good quality and you don't step up, then the question is, are you good quality? Simple question. Hi Shreyam, welcome back. Should we be critical of selection of Manolo just now only, or we wait and watch? Shreyam, I was critical when it was done because it's not critical because of Manolo, but the way Manolo got the job. But now, let's keep that. I would say let's keep that to the side. Let's keep that aside. Let's focus on supporting the team, and then if Manolo does things wrong, we'll call it out. As I at least will do it. I've done it with Steamach and with others as well. So let's see. Why the war-torn countries perform well is their basic good or fighting spirit. Mali, I wouldn't be able to comment on that. I think there are different reasons why that is the case. BFC is like Chelsea of Indian football. They left Javi for no reason. Yeah, that's a long shot, right? BFC. I think BFC has had the problem of, BFC has always been successful, done a lot of things right. And then when you are unable to do the things right and unable to get the results, that then becomes a challenge in itself. And that's what BFC has been now for a while, right? That BFC has not been the best in the league, that they've been successful in the league, and therefore they've struggled. And that's something which is tough on a BFC, very, very tough on a BFC. But yeah, they are where they are, and therefore they will have to try and find solutions. And so far, they've been not able to find the solutions that make them, champions again in the ISL. Do you think in current time, coach will not prefer a player like young Messi who doesn't good at track back, and they would prefer a player who's average in wing but good at defense? It depends. It depends on the player. It depends on his teammates. I think a young Messi would not do what he does today. I think Messi is not tracking back because he's just getting old and he has to try and be the selective. Hugo Bomo's freak to watch. Kimali. Many ex-players say earlier Tata Football Academy graduates are selected when they play against big teams like Ali Kings. If they perform well, they get selected, but in case it's direct. No, I don't think so, Shyam. The TFA boys also got selected, Ryan Edwards, Chennai FC, is he good or decent? I think he's good. If you ask me morally, I would say he's good. Right. Over 50 minutes. Those of you who are new, if you like it, do subscribe to arunfoot. Look at my other content as well. Did a video earlier today on, BC General Group set to complete the takeover of Hyderabad FC. Yesterday I did the India Under-20 disaster, the SAF U20 Championship. They were on the start of the ISL. Manuel Neuer, Ilkay Gundogan retirement for Germany. Mohammedan Sporting I've discussed. Of course, I've got the series on the future of Indian football. 11 episodes in that already. So therefore, if you can, have a look at those as well across my channel, and trying to do daily lives on Indian football and what is all happening in Indian football. So therefore, do watch that as well. And if you like what you see, do leave a like behind, and do leave a subscription behind, and let's grow the community. And thanks a lot. 23 likes so far, and we're at 1,539. So thank you for all of you who are following the channel. BFC is looking for short-term success instead of long-term investment now. So they're just eager to adapt trophy and cabinet. But you don't get gear on rare. That's the reality of most clubs, right? Another, what is the point of meeting every time we do this and that? These Northeast states, FS, we will do Northeastern competition. The article I mentioned, we will do Grassroots. But they've done, na, Kumar. The Northeastern guys have done. They've had the Dr. Tiao competition. They've had an inter-club competition in the past. So this is not, again, others have done it, but Northeast have done that in the past. So I think this generalization makes no sense. So in favor of top players moving to Saudi League in order to earn serious money. I honestly don't mind it. Many such players come. For Villa-like places, they are sorted for life after this. Ishan, they're also sorted for the money that they get in Europe. If we come to talk about that in Europe, if we talk in the Indian context of what players are earning, you don't need to go to Saudi Arabia to earn that ridiculous amount of money. Kylian Mbappe is not poor by playing at Real Madrid, right? The guys, Robert Lewandowski is not poor by playing at Barca, or Ilkay Gundogan will not die because he's now joined Citibank. They all earn enough money. Why the grassroots is more structured in Northeast compared to whole India? Is it because the states are compact? Shem, I don't know if it's because of the size of the states, but I would say that grassroots and youth football is more structured because of the structure of the federations, right? The Mizoram State Football Association has done a lot of things right, which other states haven't, and that's I think the reality, and that's the difference between Mizoram, for example, and other states. Arunachal seems to have done a lot of things right in the last few years. The same can be said. Meghalaya has done a lot of things right in its grassroots youth football. Manipur, before the strife, also was doing with all the problems in the NFA. So therefore, these are things Sorry. So these are all basics why the northeastern states, in my opinion, are better than the others. Do you think a player cannot play natural game in ASEAN or in FIFA because of the quality? Yeah, yeah. And what morally is our natural game? I think dribbling will be dead in 10 years because coaches prefer pace wingers who can help him counter-attack. What's your opinion? The unknown, coaches will like this, coaches will like that. There will be trends. I don't know, if you said dribbling will be dead, but then I look at a Jamal Musiala, I look at a Lamine Yamal as well. I don't think we'll be dead. How much of money should we invest in grassroots? Morally, there is no figure to put to it. It could be 10 rupees might be enough, 100 rupees might be enough, maybe 1,000 rupees might not be enough. I would not put a figure to it. It's just the structure needs to be there. Also, do you see our league in future may just bridge the gap of foreigners? I can't answer. If I understand your question right, the I League already is a bridge from lower level to high level football in India. But the quality of players needs to be better. That's a challenge. Kiran Rare says, in my point of view, we must play Continental Cup outside India. It will help our national team because our history says we lack confidence of playing outside India. I feel this can develop players positive things. We're doing that, no? In October, we're playing the tournament in Vietnam. Now I'm saying, what is the substantial outcome of the Northeast state? Do they produce Asian level players? Kumar, they produce better players than the rest. Are they producing Asian level players? No, of course, no one is. But they are producing better players than the rest. That's the reality. So they have done a few things right, which the others have not even done. Said you watch images and videos of Northeast Derby being broadcast in large screen set up on streets of Northeast is brilliant for the football culture for India. Ishan, lovely. But again, these are one-offs, right? Let's talk about Shillong Rajong and their support in the I-League in January or February. Then we'll see if this can be maintained or if they're going to go to the smaller stadium that they were playing last season. Do you think India has potential to play good football if we have strong foundation or individual quality matters? Strong foundation is great to have. Individual quality is an added bonus. What's your thoughts on a coach like Jose Mourinho, who was once a keeper? Fast food, to me, doesn't make a difference. If he's a former goalkeeper, central midfielder, whatever, if he's not even played at the highest level, in India, very often you have the logic you have to have had a top level player to be a coach. Then Mourinho would not have played at the highest or would have coached at the highest level. Tuchel, Nagelsmann, all these guys would not have would not coach at the highest level. Northeast grassroots are structured because Northeast has football culture. Kids want to play football. Yeah, they are known. That's a reality. How do you see I-League foreigners' quality? Well, there's some good ones and there's some bad ones in there. As everything, what is the thing after is the goal line technology? Is this kind of a stunt? What about cost involved? Kumar, there is no cost involved because it's a test case of the Jadavpur University. Let's see if it works. They must have come into a conversation. Let's see if it works. If it works, great. If it doesn't, let's see. Here, Sun Maya is the club which has won very less compared to huge loss. Okay. You're talking San Marino, the country, right? Yeah, they've lost more than they've won and lost heavily. Yeah. Yeah, that's another reality. Yeah, there are countries who've lost more than they've won. Right. Oops, there it is. Yeah. So, sorry. Thoughts about Super League Kerala. Kauman, I spoke about it earlier on. The Super League Kerala had high ambitions, high aims. They've come down to a realistic level, which they can make. And now the challenge is how good will the SLK be, right? It's a 2-month league. A lot of challenges, but a lot of things are also being done right. So I hope that they can sort it out. But it's in Indian conditions. Let's wait and see what happens. How come the pitches are in such a horrible condition for Durand Cup every year, but in ISL they seem better still, far from conclusive levels, conducive levels? Orithro, very simply, the problem here is that there are too many matches in a too short span of time in the monsoons, and in the winters, simply the ground does easily get better. La Liga removed goal line technology, I think. Yeah, Kumar, they did. IFA Bengal bring in ART. Goal line technology, CFL Super 6 match up. So we've spoken about it. Let's see how it works. If it works, it would be great. Do you think negligence killed in football, lack of structure, and accountability progress? I don't know where the negligence factor comes in, but yeah, lack of structure certainly has not helped us. Do you think the Chief Minister trophy will put any interest in football for UP people? Let's wait and see. I don't know. I think the main aim is, again, they're supposed to distribute 40,000 footballs amongst kids in the state. It's a PR. There are some big things. They are not on the earth right now. They're on the moon. Okay. David Nunes banned 4 matches. Your thoughts? Murli, I've just read it. I don't know for what reason. So I have no opinion. Right. One sec. Right. Sorry. Yeah, over an hour. Answered so far all the questions. Once more, again, we've spoken about the goal line technology. Here is the English version of the press release from the IFA. The IFA is going to use new technology to improve the quality of refereeing. This technology is called ART, Advanced Review Technology, in joint venture with Jadavpur University. The announcement was made at a press conference at the IFA office in Kolkata on Wednesday. After 4 months of research, the research findings of Jadavpur University professors and students were able to accurately determine whether the ball has crossed the goal line with the help of this new technology. IFA Secretary Anirban Dutta said that this technology will be used experimentally in the Premier Division of the Kolkata Football League. If this technology is successful, it can be used in cases like offside penalty in future. He said this technology is very low cost. For the first time in India, this kind of technology is going to be used in a football field. This is the first work related to football of Jadavpur University. So again, let's wait and see if it works, what it is. But I think there are a lot of issues, that they need to sort out. So again, as I said, do you think the leagues like Super League Kerala are dangerous for the survival of leagues like I-League and ISL, as many good players could move to the state leagues as they will get handsome money there? Raj, if you see the salary cap, the top ISL players, even top I-League players, are getting more than they would get in the Kerala League. So therefore, I don't see it as a competition at the moment. Let's wait and see down the road. But for ISL, surely it's not competition. I don't think even for the I-League it will be. And let's see how long it can run and sustain. Can we be able to identify differences between PR and football development, because these days often fall into PR thing rather than football? Well, that's everyone needs to understand. On how the KSL are saying big things like we are right now, they are on the now, they have to come back to the league of the land goes more than 3 months. Kumar, it is a local league. One should not forget that. And let them prove what they want to do. Again, this VR, again, fans love these kind of things, right? To me, the VR thing is, he said a ticket, let him say it. For me, is they wanted to sign players, aged players, stars, Zlatan and all was supposed to be coming to India. Where are the Zlatans now? right? So therefore, they've come down to reality. They will, and they will have a window. They will not be running the whole year. So therefore, let's see what it does. Oritra, in the Bundesliga, are we seeing a three-way race? Does Dortmund stand a realistic chance? I don't know if it's going to be a three-way race, four-way race, five-way race. Um, certainly Leverkusen are defending champions. Bayern will certainly challenge them. I think Dortmund, could be one. Leipzig, I see, is very interesting. So last night also Stuttgart in the cup. Stuttgart, has also the potential. So it could be a 4-5-way race. Are we going to play only 2 matches in the Intercontinental, or there will be something like final? Fast food, there are only 2 matches for all 3 teams. Yeah, you also, these windows, you're supposed to play 2 matches. Whose tenor is better, Praful Patel or Chobe? Morally, to me, if you ask me, Kalan Chobe. Do you agree or disagree with India's sleeping giant statement? Morally, I was there when the FIFA president Sepp Blatter made the statement, and I did agree, and I at the time, and I still agree to it. India has a lot of potential in football, but we have not activated that potential, and that's what he was speaking about. And therefore, Mr. Blatter was, so therefore, let's wait and see what happens. Do you think the Durand Cup is a waste because it's just because of preseason league that some teams don't even think of as preseason? They send second team and Mumbai sent third team. Yeah, I know that's what I've been saying since last year. It's a preseason tournament, and the tournament's format is too long, and it doesn't work. So they will have to think about it. So hello. Sorry, seems to have lost my internet connection. Oops. Yeah, let me just. Sorry for that. So we have posted a short on ISL's YouTube channel and said 13th we will be playing. Aram, yes. I think what else can he say at this moment? Uh, um, but still, at the moment, I'm still waiting for the confirmation. Again, as I said, Hyderabad FC has their own set of problems, and Mohammedan Sporting with their investors are at the moment working to sort out their investment situation. So therefore, both of them, let's wait and see. When India played Bayern Munich in Budapest, do you think the budget and accommodation will cost a lot, or will have potential? Of course, it costs a lot, and it was sponsored by Audi. Otherwise, it would have never happened, right? No, why FSDL or ISO collaborate with IIT Madras or IIT Mumbai or IISc Bangalore to make VR or Golan technology cheaper? Correct me if they have nothing to do with this technology. I have no idea, Kumar, if that can be done or not, to be very honest. And the second thing is, for me, the challenge which I feel will be there is that you have to get it certified by FIFA. And that FIFA certification of technology is not easy. So it's not just of saying, hey, listen, you do create something for me. Even that Bhutan one is still on an experimental basis that the local, whatever they've created. How did Khan goalkeeper with Suratapal? Monali, I spoke about it yesterday. To me, Shubhato was the better one than the current lot. Thapa scoring bangers, then what happens to him in the Indian team? He doesn't even make two good passes. Then that's football. Unknown Thapa has been struggling with form since last season. Yeah, seems to be one of the problems, huh? So let's see. Anam says he's back for good. It'll be interesting to see. He's under pressure to perform, not only him, others as well at Mohun Bagan, and let's see if they can do it or not. But it's a challenge for these players, right? So therefore, I don't know if they can do it. You know, However, these are premier institutions. I know that. I'm just saying if they have the capabilities and if they have the bandwidth to do what is needed to create the proper technology. And again, it's not cheap, right? So therefore, they could be the best. It could be even, next week you say you want to go to the MIT, to the US and say, listen, can you create a technology for me? It's not about that. Any new incoming from Mumbai City FC? Hardly some days left for the transfer market to be closed. Andrades, at the moment, there is none of a confirmation from my side, at least, that there is any incoming at the moment. Mumbai had some targets. Do you think injury often killed progress of player? Only certain player can excel after injury. Murali, yes, some players' careers have been cut short by injury. Some players have come back. Some players have never recovered to the level or regained the level you had earlier. Another, any news? Adani Group investing in Iceland and going to build a dedicated football stadium. Kishore, they don't show any interest in football at the moment. Your thoughts about agencies? I mean, of course, they would promote their players irrespective on how they are, but is it on clubs to see how a player is? For example, poor players get good clubs and vice versa. Yeah, it's on the club management. So therefore, it's on the club management to see. Last 5 times, Mohammedan played penalties. Vishal won 5 out of 5 in major games. AIFF semi-final, final, AFC Club playoff, Durand quarter-final, semi-final. Interesting feature, Sam. Do you think Northeast will get a good sponsor in future? Fast food, they have Meghalaya at the moment at the front of the shirt. I don't know if they will get something different and something better in the future, which they find, but they have, even if rare but poorer ones. And I said, how and why is it so? Because either the agent pushes the player, sells a dream that he has the potential. I don't know if clubs see something in a player, So let's see. We talk about Shillong's Indians, but they're foreigners. Not all, but few have been excellent. CDM Paulinho, centre back Daniel, both from Brazil and past as well, like Amin Al Hajri, Fabio Pena, etc., which they find, but we haven't seen, even if rare but poorer ones in Iceland. Why is this so? Vashwa, it depends on who and how they sign foreigners, right? There are foreigners who come in. Some come with big pedigrees, some come with big names, some with whatever, you know. So therefore, let's let's wait and see. If Lajong has been doing a lot of things right in the last few years to get back where they are now. So therefore, that's a challenge to see how they move up. Do you think MLS is getting stronger day by day, but are they completely different? Yeah, you shouldn't be even mentioning the ISL in connection with the MLS. Can you throw some light on Jay McLaren if he's worth the hype? Samban, player with a huge pedigree, now injured. So let's wait and see if he can fulfill that hype into substance, right? So therefore, for me, I don't know. Jay McLaren will have to prove that he's as good as we think he is, right? Difficult. Right. 1 second. Oops, I'm having some technical problem in the background. 1 second. Just give me a second, guys. Sorry, there seems to be some technical problem in the background for me. Yeah, sorry for that. Hope you can still see me. Sorry, there seems to be some technical problem. Yeah. Yeah, there seems to be some problem I'm facing. Does sponsor prefer the clubs who perform well every season? To me, there are different reasons why a sponsor would go somewhere or not go somewhere. So therefore, I think there's a challenge on that front as well. I would at least say, but I don't always know if it's right or wrong. Sorry, there seems to be some technical issues I'm facing here and with my Wi-Fi. So I'm just saying that the performance can be, some have preference here or there, but it's also a factor of where in India are you based, how much of following do you have. So there's some other challenges as well. Last season, this Durand Cup till now, how do you assess the progress of Cummings? Sam, he's a poacher. That's the role of a striker of that class, and it's about him, and therefore that's what I would say always about Cummings. He's been brought in to score goals, and his track record speaks for itself. Do you think any age bar can make ISL more interesting regarding foreigners? I mean, you can't sign foreigners players after the age of 30. Kishore, I don't think that's something that can be implemented, because then most of the players in the ISL are above the age of 30 who are coming in from abroad. Right, guys, nearly 1 hour, 20 minutes, facing a little bit of a technical problem over here. I don't know what it is, but I need to figure that out. So therefore, I'm gonna cut this live a little shorter than planned. As always, like, share, and subscribe, and if you haven't, 1,539 subscribers, and today we have 28 likes so far. So thank you guys for the support. But again, as I seem to be having some sort of problem here in the back end, I'll cut this live short. Tomorrow, I'm not sure if I can do a live because I've got some engagements here on the road. Therefore, let me see, maybe I'll have to do a quick one in between, but I'm not sure. I'll try and figure out something, but as always, like, share, and subscribe. Watch also the other videos. As I said, I did something on Hyderabad. Did in the last few days stuff on India under-20 disaster, what I called start of the ISL, Mohammedan Sporting joining, Ilkay Gundogan, Manuel Neuer retiring, of course, future of Indian football. So do watch all the other videos as well. And as I said, like, share, and subscribe, and I will be back tomorrow. Good night, everyone.